Well guys, it's been a while. I thought I'd do a quick update on my Lithgow LA101. I've had a few questions from subscribers and people watching the videos, so I haven't had much of a chance. It's been a pretty busy 8 to 12 months. I've had a newborn girl. I've swapped a weekend roster, so that means I work weekends full time because of the baby. My wife's not working at the moment, so I'm doing a lot of overtime to make up the pay there. We've just come out of summer where it's been scorching hot and plenty of humidity, and now we're sort of getting closer to winter. Today's a really nice day, 26 degrees Celsius, about 60% humidity, so it's not too bad. And finally I got a day with no wind, so I thought today was the day. A few updates for those people that are asking. Last couple of videos, people commented on the cheap shitbox eBay scope that I had on with really high mounts. I actually found it for a cheap scope. It was actually quite a good accurate scope. I didn't mind the high mounts because where my cheek rests, so it was sort of came into my eye, especially when shooting out of the window of the car. Came up to my eye quite easily. But anyway, I decided to swap to my Bushnell. This one was on my Ruger American 22 mag. So this is the Bushnell Legend Ultra HD. It's a what do we got, 4.5 to 14 scope. It'd be 40, I think it was. Comes with that sunshade, comes with just the Bushnell cover, and it's not a bad scope. For the value, I think they're pretty good. The main reason I picked these ones is they've got a lifetime warranty. Same as why I pick all my scopes. When I invest some money, you know, for what you get, for what you pay, is pretty good. And then you get a lifetime warranty. You can have it replaced, repaired, whatever, send it in. They're pretty good. So that covers the scope issue. I've also got this up here to mount for a camera when I finally get an opportunity to get out. I've got a cheap knockoff version of a GoPro. I'm going to mount on there and try and get some more footage of the rabbits. I've been struggling to film and shoot at the same time, even though there's been lots of teaser videos made. Ammunition problems. Last time I did a video, I was talking about Ely. I'd even been, when I was having troubles with my magazine, my factory magazine, Lithgow actually recommended Ely. Very accurate, very quiet out of this rifle, but I'm still having all those jamming problems, pushing the rounds out of the casings, bending the casings, just stripping lead off inside the barrel and the chamber. So eventually somebody actually suggested these RWS, and I gave these a try. Fantastic. My rifle has not had a single problem with these things. These are the subsonics, the hollow points. I was finding with CCI the round nose, which I was getting some decent accuracy out of, but the round nose was not, how do I say it politically correctly, it wasn't dispatching the rabbits efficiently, whereas I found with hollow points I have a much better result, which is much more humane, you might say. These things have got like an oily wax on them, but it's not causing any issue in my rifle, whereas I did find with some of the CCI waxy stuff, it was jamming up the barrel. I'm sorry for that ear screeching scratch. It was jamming up the barrel and causing lots of wax problems within the barrel and the action. These, no dramas whatsoever. They cycle perfectly. They are super accurate, and they're actually even slightly to my ear anyway, even slightly quieter than the Ely. The only thing I haven't been able to find, this RWS doesn't give the velocity, so but they're a 40 grain projectile. You can see there. So one of these days I'll borrow a that cow's about to jump on my target, and you watch this. One of these days I'll borrow a crony off a mate of mine, and we'll see exactly what they're doing. But for now, I'm just going to do this video because I don't have the crony with me. So again, because of going to these RWS, no problems with the cycling, no problems with the loading, no problems with accuracy, quite beautiful. And the factory magazine and this CZ magazine that I bought, that I was having trouble with, both of those, not had trouble since. Both magazines are cycling perfectly, so that's another massive plus. The only thing I find with the CZ mag, as you load it in, you do have to try to tip it in a forward. Sorry, I was looking at my hand instead of the camera then. You do have to actually touch like the front tip just to click it up in there, but you know, once you're aware of that and you want to make sure it goes home, you're fine anyway. I did have this thing zeroed at 50 yards. When I'm out hunting the rabbits, that target's set up now at 25 yards. 50 yards is a bit further than the cow. Oh, probably double that, between the 25 and the 50, so almost to the hill behind the cow, you can see. At 50 yards, the rabbits were getting spooked too easily by the car. So I've actually re-zeroed it out to 100. That's for the property I go to and look after the rabbits for the land manager. So directly behind where that cow is, see that hill about there is about 50. So I had it zeroed for that. So then I re-zeroed it to 100. And if you have a look, behind the cow's head is a post, second post, third post. That's 100 yards there. When I'm shooting at 100 with the 22 Magnum, I can pick the rabbits off. They don't get too spooked by the lights as I'm driving around. So yeah, I've re-zeroed at 100. So I just want to show you with these RWS what it's doing at 100 yards. That's a group there. And there was 1, 2, 3, and then 1, 2, 3. And then I've adjusted since then. So that was what it was doing at 100. And then for my own property just here, see where that big dark lump is there? If you go to the left of that and back about 5 yards, say, that's 60. I seem to be finding the rabbits at my property between that 60 to 50 yard range. And then if I was to go and stand on that fence just there and shoot down onto the pile of timber down there, that's about 60 yards as well. So I wanted to find out, even though it's zeroed at 100, what it was actually doing at 60. So with this scope, if I adjust it to 12 times zoom, adjust it to 50 and just leave it at 50, and I did 1 mil dot hold under. So if we can look through the scope here, if I can get it to, hang on, I'll just rest it like that and see if we can get, okay, so if I get center crosshairs is 100. If I go 1 mil dot hold under, so if you go 1 mil dot up, that's between 60 and 75 yards, that's spot on. And if I go to 2 mil dots hold under, 2 mil dots up, that's 50 yards spot on. So I'm pretty much between 2 up, 1, and hold 0 at 100, I'm pretty good. And then 25 yards is back down to 1 hold under, 1 mil dot up from 0. So here's what it's doing at 60 yards. And that's a 1.5 inch dot. So I was pretty happy with that. And I set this up at 60, and this is what it's doing. So I'm pretty pleased with that. So yeah, guys, that pretty much sums it up. I've gone from being absolutely devastated over this gun, because I really was looking forward to this being a good rifle, and I was pretty upset with the way it was shooting when I first got it. After buying bulk amounts of ammunition and playing around with different ammo and that sort of thing, I haven't done anything to the trigger yet. That's another thing I can try and do. And then the other thing I was going to buy was one of those adjustable resonance band. I've actually got one that I haven't tried on it yet. I was going to try one of those next, but now that I've finally found the right ammo, I've had time to play with it and put a decent scope on it and things like that. It's come quite good. So don't give up on them, guys. I think they are a good rifle. I definitely recommend trying these. Maybe they don't suit everybody's rifle, but they definitely made a massive difference in mine, compared to, CCI and Ely and, oh geez, what didn't I try? I just about tried everything. But yeah, don't give up on them, guys. I think for the $1,200 that I paid, I'm happy now, finally. But prior to that, I was just about ready to chuck it in the bin. Alright guys, hope this answers a few of the questions, and tell me what ammo you guys have found that has been really good in all aspects in yours. I only wanted, again, I've only done the subsonics, so because that's all I wanted to try. I wanted to stay quiet to not spook the rabbits and other animals. So I'm not sure what other higher velocity or standard velocity ammo you found really works well, but these, out of all the subsonics I've tried, and Winchesters and everything, these ones definitely have worked for me. So yeah, let me know how you guys have got on, and let me know what you think of the setup now that she's all but complete. Yeah, stabjacks down and sumping.